Hi guys, today we're building a game which is going to be similar to Hangman, similar to Wheel of Fortune type stuff, where you have numbers and each number is associated with the letter of the alphabet, and then each number you essentially need to see the numbers, map in your head numbers to letters, and then type the word that you're looking at. I've seen this game for the first time on TV a while ago. Since then I've wanted to implement this, and I'm finally doing it today. It's been a while since I used JavaFX directly. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's new scene and then create content. New scene, create content, and then that returns parent. Parent is going to be a vertical box, I'm thinking. I still haven't figured out what kind of UI we're going to have. One is, well, text / label. We get all the numbers there. And then we have text field for the user to type something in. I think that's pretty much it, or at least for a start that'll do. So we need a text, which is word, and then text field, user input. And then both of these things go over here. And we might make this preferred size 8:6. Do we want to set alignment, position center, and then some text. That's going to work, that's fine. So I just need to increase font of these things. This is where the numbers will appear. I'm assuming there's going to be space in between them. And then that's where the player enters their word for that number. I need an array of predefined words, which you can load from a file, from a text file. We've already done a bunch of tutorials on that, so you should be able to figure out how to load it. String words, apple. Actually, does it matter in terms of the case? Probably not. Apple, orange, computer, screen, keyboard, class, file, module, which is very relevant, record, definitely relevant since Java 16 recently came out, so look out for tutorials on how to use records. They're basically like data classes from Kotlin. Pattern. Okay, that will do as our predefined words, and then obviously load this at runtime, and then you have almost an unlimited set of words. Let's adjust the font, set font 30, same for user input, set font 30, and maybe user input shouldn't be that long, so preferred width something like 200, and then we want some spacing between the two nodes. Let's make it 50. So it's going to be the text 50 pixels of spacing, and then user input as text field. And then we'll see what we can add. So it basically ignores the preferred width because of the parent, I assume. That's fine. What is it what we want now? We want user input on action, so that guess. And we can even pass the text as well over here. And then just create that method, which we're going to implement at some point. What else do we need? I'm trying to think from high level to low level. We need to regenerate the word. So something like next word, which would take this element and then update it based on some random word. I guess this next word needs to be called here somewhere at the start of the game, and then if the guess is correct, then we say guess is correct, and then just update the call next word again. Is there anything we need in terms of high level? I think that is pretty much it. Now, assuming these are all lowercase, now we need to find a way to map from A to 1, B 2, C 3, and so on. And that mapping should be done here, I guess, because we need to set those numbers to the word text object. So first of all, we need to pick a random word, which is words new random next int, and that bound is exclusive, right? Yep, cool. Words length, there we go. That's an easy way to get a random element of an array. You just use an instance of random object, call next int on it, and then pass the length of the array. Because it goes from 0 to whatever number is -1, it's exclusive, which means it's not going to be taken into the range. So it's -1, then that, which gives us all the indices into the array that we're trying to get a random element from. We got the random word. How do we convert a random word into a set of numbers? Random word in numbers. We start with an empty string, and I guess we're going to populate it as we go along, letter by letter. So for each character in random word characters, we just need to convert a character to a number. And for that, I can just delegate that to a different method and not worry about that. So char to int. How about that? And then we pass the C, which is a character, and then we add a space. That thing gets implemented here. That is going to be an int. That is going to return for character A, it should return 1. We can convert characters, we can use characters as numbers, right? So if I do something weird like this, I just want to figure out what the what this will do, and then we'll go from there. What's wrong with this? String concatenation. Yeah, that's fine. Print the random word first so that we know what that word is, and then do this thing to see what it's going to print. Yeah. Because what I'm thinking is they're probably consecutive, because it's kind of relates to ASCII numbers or something along those lines, which means we can take that number which represents this character and then subtract it from everything that we get. Because if they're consecutive and they are in alphabetical order, that should work, right? Minus 97 then, it seems. Minus 96 actually, because I want this to be 1. A, B, C, D, E, so that's going to be 5. 101 minus 96 is 5. E, F, G, yeah, it works. So convert it to an int, and then return int minus 96. A is 97, B 98, and so on. Hence, we can do this. Hopefully this is clarified by these comments. In which case, that is going to get some numbers now, then a space, and then this thing gets set to our visual representation, which is this thing. Set text to random words in numbers. And then all we need to implement is, cool, so it's 6, 9, 12, and 5. Probably want to add like underscore or something, because I can't really see the space in there. Instead of space, let's make this an underscore. And then if you want this to be really fancy, then you may want to add like cards or something, like JavaFX shapes around them. So each thing is actually like a rectangle. There's a rectangle around it. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. If you want, you can just... There's probably a way to join these strings. I remember a method somewhere. I can't remember where it is. Anyway, so this is... 5 is E. Keyboard? No. This is C, so record. So if I type record and press enter, then it should say this is correct. How do we do that? We do that inside the guess. And then we need to, what, convert numbers back to string? Yeah, I'm not doing that. How about just do this, set get properties, because word is a text object, which is a node, any node has this really cool getProperties method, which returns a map. It maps anything to anything. And then we can put something in here called word, which is going to be the key to that map. That key is going to map to the actual word, which is this random word, the original word, without the numeric representation. Which means we can easily just check against that rather than try to convert everything from numbers back to the word. Actual word is this thing that it's going to be a get. And then I guess we need to cast it to string. We know it's a string because we put it there. And then it should be as simple as equals actual word. Possibly equals ignore case. Has this always been there? Yeah, probably. If we guessed correctly, correct, and then call next word, which would replace the word to the next one. If incorrect, then say incorrect. Try again. This is the sort of simplistic implementation, and then you can kind of go with it somewhere, turn this into something that is quite playable. Begins with a 3, that's C. Computer? Let's do compute. Incorrect, try again. Let's do something else, try again, and then let's do the actual thing. Correct. And then this thing changed to a different word. Now this last underscore is bothering me, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'll do it the easy way. Substring 0 and then random length -1. That's a bit better. Apple. And then once you press enter, maybe you want to get rid of this because the player probably doesn't want to every time reset the user input object. So guess is going to user input get text clear or clear immediately. Yeah. Keyboard. Keyboard again, apparently, because it could select the same word. So another extension for this, you probably don't want to use the same word ever, I guess. Well, within the lifetime of a single application, you want to then somehow mark that the word has been used. For these purposes, for things like, you know, keeping track of, you could use a map, or maybe a simpler solution, something like a list, in which case when you grab the word from the list, just get rid of it, in which case the list won't contain the word anymore. Something with an A for letter 2, and then 2 A, E. I can't remember what I typed. Let's try and guess. Pattern. There we go. C A class. Yeah, that's fine. And then if you type something else, it will say incorrect. Cool. Another thing, maybe introduce some kind of scoring system, so it's actually fun to play, keep score and everything. And ultimately, maybe you want to turn this into a bit more of a learning application, because, you know, the ability to convert numbers to words, well, I mean, it's a skill, but I'm not sure that skill is going to be useful in various fields. Maybe there's a field where it is actually useful. In any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.